Morning and welcome to Sparks. You know, when entrusted to God, even sickness can become a tool for His glory. Asked why the man in John 9 was blind, Jesus replied, "This happened that the work of God might be displayed in his life." Paul's illness, through his thorn in the flesh, through it he displayed sufficiency of God's grace. And William Sangster gave 4 rules for facing illness to show us how this happens. Sangster was born in London in 1900. Converted at the age 13, he preached his first sermon on February the 11th, 1917, and after stints in the army and in college, he began pastoring a circuit of Methodist churches, working himself to exhaustion, frequently saying, "I just can't do enough." His reputation as a powerful preacher and beloved pastor followed him from church to church. In 1939, Sangster, as pastor of Westminster Central Hall, a Methodist church near London's Westminster Abbey, he converted the church basement into an air raid shelter for 1,688 nights, and he ministered to people with various needs in that church at the time. At the same time, however, he managed to write, to preach gripping sermons, to earn a PhD, and to lead hundreds of people to Christ. Well, after the war, Sangster headed Brisbane's Methodist Home Missions Department until he was diagnosed with muscular atrophy. And for 3 years, he slowly dies, becoming progressively more paralysed, finally being able to move only 2 fingers. It's a horrible disease. But his attitude didn't falter. For when he first learned of his illness, Sangster made 4 rules for himself. And many people have composed rules for living. Sangster's composed 4 rules for dying. I will never complain. I will keep the home bright. I will count my blessings, and I will try to turn it to gain. He did all those things, and thus the work of the Lord was displayed in his life, and God's strength was made perfect in his weakness and even in his death. Fantastic rules. Let me read them to you again. I will never complain. I've failed already. I will never complain. I will keep my home bright. I will count my blessings, and I will try to turn it to gain. Think about that, whatever you face today. We'll see you tomorrow on Sparks.